All right, Dolphins fans, we got our first selection of the 2023 NFL Draft. Comes in the second round, number 51 overall. We made no moves. We didn't trade up. We didn't trade back. We went who, like we talked about earlier today. If the Dolphins think that there's a player that's best player available, they're going to go that route. And that's what they did. You know that Vic Fangio had a big say in this one, taking cornerback Cam Smith out of South Carolina, 6 foot, about 188 pounds. Couple of nice things is very scheme versatile. Better in man, can play some zone. Really good ball skills. You're not going to have any issues there. He does get a little bit aggressive from time to time. It kind of can lead to a few negative plays, which also leads to a little bit of grabbiness. He's got a little bit of a history with holding penalties. Definitely going to have to clean that up. But the nice thing that we've talked about all offseason when it comes to the Dolphins potentially drafting a cornerback is look who you get to learn from. Xavien Howard, Jalen Ramsey, Vic Fangio, and the fact that you now have Nick Needham, you've got Kader Kohou, you got Trill Williams. There's no need. You're not going to have to push this guy into the lineup from day one whatsoever. You're going to have some time to learn, grow, develop behind those guys. And just like we said this morning, you get that you get the guy in the system to learn from those guys, to get into the system and learn. And at some point in time, when his number is called, hopefully all those negative things are away. He can miss some tackles as well. We're not paying cornerbacks to tackle, but yes, it is part of the game. So yeah, he's not flawless. And one of the reasons actually I didn't do a draft player profile on Cam Smith, I thought he'd be gone. I really like a lot of cornerbacks in this draft. Cam Smith was one of them. I just saw him more late first, early second for sure, definitely off the board by pick 51. But here he is at 51, and the Dolphins go Cam Smith. And now a lot of people are like, Darnell Washington was available. What happened? Well, probably a couple of things. How many tight ends have we seen come off the board now? It's basically him and Tucker Kraft that are the main ones left. Kincaid went off, Mayer went off, Musgrave went off. We've got a bunch of tight ends that have gone off the board, and Darnell Washington's still available. Now, that could be for a couple of things, and I know one of the main things that's being talked about on social media is it's the medical, and he hasn't missed any time really with that medical, so it's kind of curious. But remember a guy like Jay Ajayi, who wasn't really missing time either, but he had that issue, and it's like when that issue comes up, that's going to be a red flag. That's going to be an issue. And we saw Ajayi's career get cut short essentially as soon as he left the Miami Dolphins. So that's probably one of the big reasons why Darnell Washington has been passed over by so many teams and was passed over by the Miami Dolphins. But you got to think it was Washington, it was Kraft, and then you got some guys on defense. And at the end of the day, Vic Fangio got his way. It's kind of been happening since he's gotten here. He's gotten a lot of his guys. And Cam Smith, definitely another one of those guys. But like I said, a guy that can play inside, slot corner. He can play outside on the boundary. He's got good ball skills. He's scheme versatile. An overall good pick for the Dolphins that, like I said, we're probably not going to see much of in 2023. And we'll cross that bridge more when we get there throughout the offseason. We've got plenty of offseason left to talk about this year's draft picks. But that's what we've got for this one today. The Miami Dolphins go ahead and take Cam Smith, cornerback out of South Carolina. They're still, as of right now, I'm watching to the side of me here, still on board to pick in the third round at 84. So I will be back with that pick as soon as it's made by the Miami Dolphins, the way we will do with all of their picks throughout this draft. So that's what I've got on Cam Smith, but let's hear your thoughts on the selection. Drop those in the comments. And like I say, get subscribed, turn on those notifications. We'll be doing a quick recap video for every pick that the Miami Dolphins make. But that's what we've got for Cam Smith, your second round pick, Miami Dolphins fans. And until the next selection, fins up.